You and your partner have been together for 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20. Sex is now boring. In the beginning, it was amazing. Couldn't get enough of each other. Running home in the middle of the day to spend time with each other in connected bliss. But now, a year later, 2 years later, 10 years later, 30 years later, it's boring. Or, I don't want to do it. I'm too tired. What is happening? I'm a sex therapist, and I work with people on all types of sexual topics, issues, education. One of the first things I like to do is ask people how they define sex, how they define sexuality. So be thinking as you listen to me, how do you define sexuality and sex? I like to start with the understanding that sex is exchange, energy exchange. Sexual energy is the most important energy in the universe. It's how you got here. It's how I got here. In many cultures, there is so much shame around sexuality, which just isn't helpful. So that's one of the things I help people do is dismantle or help them even identify some of their own shame around sexuality. Let's get to this definition of sex as an energy exchange, as a transfer of information between persons. Our sexuality grows and changes over our whole lifetime, just like our psychology changes and grows. Our nutrition, our physical growth changes, grows over the arc of our lifespan. So, as sexual beings, even if you aren't having partnered sex, it is so important to your own personal growth to continue to grow in knowledge, particularly of your own sexuality. One of the problems that I help people work through in partnered sex is up-leveling their communication on pleasure, on pain, on fantasies, on fun, on what isn't fun. I help people normalize talking about shared and unshared fantasies. I also bring home to people that it's so important for you to know about your own sexuality. See if you can finish this sentence. I turn myself on when ... I turn myself off when ... Many of us are taught that the other person is responsible for our sexual pleasure. That is just not true. You are responsible for your pleasure. When I use the word responsible, I mean response able, meaning you need to have the ability to respond to your own sexuality. When you are able to do so, you can then bring your expertise in yourself to the conversation with someone you're interested in having partnered sex with. This knowledge enriches and deepens the connection. It increases the capacity for fun and pleasure that you can have when you can communicate, I like this. That one's not so fun. That doesn't feel great. That feels amazing. Keep doing it. Can we try ... Have you ever tried ... So I will conclude this part with encouraging growth and exploration of your own sexuality. Also, step into more communication around partnered sex and get comfortable, get playful, explore, keep growing, and most of all, have a good time.